campaign for nuclear disarmament, and I'm going to shout because there's no microphone, so I'm not shouting at you, I'm just trying to make myself heard. And I want to start with a question. What would you do with 100 billion? What would the people's budgets look like if you had 100 billion extra to spend? Perhaps you'd spend it on health. If we spent 100 billion on health, we could completely fund all A&E services across the entire country for the next 40 years. Or perhaps on education, we could scrap tuition fees for the next 30 years. Or investment in public transport, or on tackling climate change, or investment in industry, or anything. I expect many of you are campaigning to fight against the cuts for some particular thing, whether it's saving Halifax A&E department, saving your local library or your school, or fighting for better public transport, even if it's fighting for your own job or pension. And when you've gone to the government and said we need this funding, we need to have these services, you've been told, we're sorry, the money's just not there. Well, the good news is I'm here to help the campaign for nuclear disarmament. We know where there is £100 billion, which would go a long way to funding what you want to be funded. Because that is what it's going to cost to replace our current nuclear weapons system. The decision's got to be made in just 2 years' time by whichever government is in power. And 100 billion is what it's going to cost. And 6.6 million is what we are currently spending every single day of public funding on keeping our current nuclear weapons system. I'm sure you can think of better ways to spend that 6.6 million every single day. Well, the Tories have actually done a very good job. I wanted to put that dramatic pause in because I don't think I've ever had cause to say that before. But I think until recently they have done a very good job of persuading people that this is a global financial crisis. Their hands are tied, the cuts are necessary. We're all in it together, we've heard that one before. But we know that this is not necessary, that this is ideological. It's not to do with a global financial crisis, be there a crisis or not. This is an attack on the poorest in society to make the richest more rich. And the plan to spend 100 billion on nuclear weapons just proves that the money is out there and it's just a question of priorities. And when you ask the majority of people, with our people's budget over there, whether they would rather have a functioning NHS, decent public transport, whatever it is, or Trident, you can guess what people say. Well, the people who actually know what Trident is, it's disturbing how many people don't know and don't know how much we're spending. Or people who think that CND is something of the past, that the threat of nuclear holocaust is something from the 1980s, that nuclear weapons are a Cold War relic. And I'd agree with the last point, they are, but they are still out there. As we speak, there is one submarine patrolling the world's seas on ostensibly a hair-trigger alert. And what for? Who is the enemy? What, to quote Field Marshal Lord Carver, what the bloody hell is Trident for? Who's the enemy? You can't target a nuclear weapon against terrorists. Nuclear weapons are useless when tackling climate change, which is a great threat to this country. I can't imagine a situation, even with what's going on in the Ukraine, I can't imagine a conceivable situation where a nuclear weapon would be of any use whatsoever, or would be used, and which is why many in the military think it's pointless. Admiral Lord West in a recent report said, nuclear weapons are not designed as war-fighting weapons, so why do we have them? Malcolm Rifkin, the former Defence Secretary, for now and for the foreseeable future, there is no nuclear threat to the UK. James Arbuthnot, the Tory MP, chair of the Defence Select Committee last month, an awful lot of money to spend on something which is of doubtful usefulness. Nuclear weapons are approved. And Professor Clark, the one
At the moment we've got 100 billion going on nuclear weapons in this country, so we're suggesting people have a go at redistributing the money if you want to.